Hi there. I got inspired by my friend Dr. Nadia Brown just a few minutes ago. I was feeling like there was something that I wanted to talk about. There was something I wanted to share today, and it was taking shape. I went to a BNI meeting this morning to sub for an old friend, and I started talking about this thing that's come through me in the last few days. And so Dr. Nadia Brown was talking on a video today about her one word for the year. And she reminded me, oh my God, my one word for the year. That's what I need to talk about. So I've been doing the one word for the year trend, just like Nadia. Nadia, I have to tag you on this so that you can see your shout out. So for several years, I've been choosing one word for the year to kind of be my theme for the year. And I love the practice. It's incredible, the energy that it can carry throughout the year. So a few years ago, I had the word create. Then another year, you can't see it. Serenity was my word for the year that year. This one was a couple years ago, forgiveness. Last year, the word was surrender. So for example, when I chose the word forgiveness, that year, it was really profound. And the word will come to you. It just will feel exciting. It will feel like that's exactly the vibe that you want to have. So the year that I had the word forgiveness, hola, CEO. The year I had the word forgiveness as my word for the year, I started writing a book about forgiveness. I did a lot of work with clients around forgiving traumatic events. I started teaching a workshop on forgiveness, and forgiveness just moves through my whole life. Last year, my word was surrender, because I was going through some really hard times, and I realized that life is much more fun and much easier to navigate when we go with the flow of the river, as opposed to trying to swim against the current. So for 2018, I decided that I was just going to surrender and let myself go wherever I needed to go. And this year, my word is alchemy. And it's been coming to me. I've been thinking about the word alchemy. I have been starting to talk about my work as alchemy. And I'm sure you're familiar with the word alchemy, but alchemy is the transformation of matter, transforming matter from one thing into something far, far better. So in the 16th, maybe 17th, 18th centuries, alchemists were focused on trying to transform substances like lead into gold, and figuring out a way of transmuting lead into gold. And Count Saint Germain was one well-known alchemist and documented to having been a very successful alchemist. I don't know how much proof there is of that, but it was documented. And Count Saint Germain is now known as Master Saint Germain, as somebody who did alchemy, who did magic. And as I've been sitting with this over the last few weeks, I realized, wait a minute, that's what I do. I do alchemy. I do the magic of alchemy. And so I'm going to show you these pictures I've shared before. So I do the alchemy of health. And so I've been doing it for myself over years. This is a picture I've shared. This was me in 2007, around April 2007. And then this was me about a year later. So, I had really bad cystic acne into my mid-30s and early 30s, mid-30s. Yeah. And so then once I figured out what I needed to do, within a few months, it was gone, transformed, transmuted. So, you could say that this is pretty good transformation alchemy. And so I'm choosing alchemy. So that's one example of transforming matter, figuring out how to transform our physical health is something that I know every single one of us can do, is meant to do. And like I said before, some of the work that I've been doing over the last couple of years has been about helping people work through really traumatic things. And so it's kind of the alchemy of transforming traumatic, painful experiences and transforming all of those memories into something that you can be at peace with, where you can even feel more joy and feel free from the pain. So that's also alchemy. And so when I was thinking about, am I going to choose alchemy? Is that really my word? And I realize it's absolutely my word for this year, because I think that a lot of us are feeling like 2019 is the time to say, it's time to step up. It's time to raise ourselves to a new level of mastery, a new level of mastery over our health, or a new level of mastery over our, in our personal lives. It could be in our finances. It can be in our relationships. It can just be in our level of consciousness. And so that is, for me, choosing the word alchemy and even sharing it here is my commitment that this year I am going to be in a space carrying the energy of alchemy and saying, okay, I am ready, willing, and committing to moving up to a new level of mastery, a new level of consciousness, a new level of presence in my life, and not shying away from it and not kind of staying in the corners from it. And that is also what I want to invite you to do. It doesn't, the word alchemy may mean nothing to you. It means a lot to me. There's a rich history for me with the word. But what do you want to create in your life this year? What is the new level that you want to rise to? What's a word that can carry that energy of that intention for you for the whole year? Because it's time for all of us to raise ourselves up from the dullness and the asleepness of our programmed way of being. The dullness and the asleepness of our body. If your body is not vibrantly healthy, if you're taking medication, if it's feeling sluggish and not great, well, maybe this is the year for you to say, I am stepping up from this. I am raising myself up from that dullness of my body. Maybe it's in the asleepness of just living your life on a treadmill, just kind of going through the motions. And so maybe this is the year for you to step into a greater level of mastery in that area of your life. Or maybe it's the year to overcome some significant pain and say, I'm not going to let this drag me down anymore. So that's what I want to share with you. Find what is the one word that carries the energy of what you want to see manifest within yourself and within your life this year. Because it is profoundly powerful when you set that intention and you create your little, tiles with your one word. I have to create mine for this year. But I promise you it's powerful. And so I would love to hear what your one word is for this year. So you can post it below this or send me a note. And I'll be sharing more about alchemy over the next couple weeks. So take care. See you soon.